Good morning. Today I'd like to share with you a technique to help you to improve your self-esteem and your self-worth. And before I start, I can't take the credit for this. I got this technique from one of my mentors, Stephen Blake. So thank you, Stephen. So, what I'd like you to do first of all is I'd like you to close your eyes if it's safe to do so. Obviously, if it's not safe, then either pull over or just wait till it is safe. So I'm assuming it's safe for you and you've got your eyes shut. So what I'd like you to do now is I'd like to give your self-worth, your self-esteem, a score out of 10. Now, 0 is like, I've got no self-esteem, no self-worth, I don't have any value in this world. And 10 is, I do value myself, I really feel that I'm contributing to the world and I like myself. So just give yourself a score out of 10. Don't analyse it, don't think about, oh yes, and this and that and that. Just give yourself a score. Okay, so I'm assuming you've got your score. I just want you to hold that for a minute. So that score dictates how much you contribute to your life. So if you gave yourself, most of you will have probably given yourself between a 2 and a 6 out of 10, okay? So if you gave yourself a 2 out of 10, you are only contributing 20% of what you're capable of into your life, into what you're doing with your life. If you gave yourself a 4 out of 10, you're contributing 40% of what you are capable of producing or achieving in your life. And obviously if you gave yourself an 8 out of 10, great, you're doing 80%. But what we should all be aiming for is a 10. And the reason for that is you were born with a 10. Okay, you weren't born with a 3 out of 10 self-esteem or self-worth. You were born with a 10 out of 10. Okay, you didn't care if your bum looked big, you didn't care if you was having a bad hair day, you didn't care about anything. You were loving life. Okay, but then what's happened during the course of your life? People have criticised you, you've heard comments, you've maybe been felt to, you've been sort of handled differently to maybe somebody else. You felt that you are not a 10 out of 10. And gradually, as you experience those experiences, that lovely 10 out of 10 that you started with will start to drop. Now, the sad thing is, that score would have been set by you up till about the age of 7. Okay, so whatever has happened in your life since the age of 7, that self-esteem score that you had, or you've now got, is from that time. So you might have achieved some amazing things in that time, but actually inside you still feel like that low score. Okay, so as I said, that's how much you're contributing to your life, and that's how it's happened. Now, you don't consciously do it, you don't consciously say, oh, that person just criticised me or said I was stupid or ugly or whatever, so I'm going to knock my self-esteem down. It's not something that we're consciously aware of, it just happens. And that is the value of what we put on ourselves and the value of how we allow other people to treat us. So if you've got a low score, you can't expect other people to value you or love you if you don't love yourself, okay? Because you won't be acting like you deserve it. You'll be acting like you deserve the number that you just gave yourself. So how do we increase that number? I want you can literally just go, right, okay, I was a 4 out of 10. I'm now going to be an 8 out of 10. You can literally just say that. How much different would your life be if you was an 8 out of 10? Just give yourself an 8 out of 10 now, for example. How different would you treat yourself? Would you eat that little extra bit of, would you have an extra bit of cake? Or would you go, no, I value myself an 8 out of 10. I'm not going to have that extra bit of cake. Would you go out every night getting drunk if your self-esteem was at 8 out of 10? Chances are you wouldn't. So there's lots of decisions that you're making in your life that are making you act and behave that score that you gave yourself. So you can increase your score by literally just saying, I want to increase my score. Or you can think about all the things that you've done in your life, the things that you've achieved, moments that have made you proud, things that you've really enjoyed in your life, things that you've accomplished in your life. And just think about how you felt then. And just feel what it feels like to be that person now. That should have increased your score by maybe 1 or 2. It doesn't have to be a 10. Just think about some of the things that you've achieved, some of the people that you've helped, the interview that you passed, all those things. Okay, and just feel it in your body. And now I want you to literally think of that number that you're now feeling. Hopefully it's gone up. I want you to think of that number, and I want you to just install that number now. I want you to feel that that is your new number. And what I'd like your unconscious to do is I want your unconscious to work towards being a 10 out of 10, like you were when you were first born. I want it to look for ways that you can increase it to a 10 out of 10. I want you to think about the number that you just gave yourself. How am I going to be that today? How am I going to do that today? How am I going to be that 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10? And that can be your number going forward. Every time you go to do something, is that taking me to my 8 or 9 or 10 out of 10? Or is it going to take me down? If it's going to take you down, maybe choose to do something different. You and only you can decide that score. Not somebody's compliment or anything else. The latest top or sunglasses or whatever. You decide that score. And you live your life according to that score. So, hopefully, your score has increased. So have a lovely day. I want to hear, if you would like to tell me what your score was at the beginning of the video and tell me what your score is now. So have a lovely day, and I'll see you soon.